Piss Vinegar Day 1, oh, no, 2 something. I can't even remember now. 206 or something. Chest and tricep, or chest and tricep, literally. It's not chest and triceps because I'm only training my one arm. Oh, actually, no, I trained my left tricep, but yeah, hitting my left pec with the torn biceps pretty tough. I was gonna live narrate this video, but I don't know. This was recorded yesterday, and I don't know. I just didn't really have much to say. I was in a bit of a weird, melancholy mood. There was a mass stabbing in Sydney, near where I live, and I don't know. The whole day I was just thinking about like how fucking shit that is, and it was just the whole thing sucks. Some fucking idiot ran around and stabbed 6 women, or 5 women to death, and 1 bloke to death, and it was just shit. And I was really sympathizing, or empathizing, or putting my head in their shoes too, because like 2 years ago I was in a situation where I was attacked with a knife, and luckily I came out of it pretty well unscathed. Like I got cut a little bit, but generally like I basically, yeah, like I got out of the altercation, the victor essentially, for lack of better words. Like I was okay. Whereas I was thinking about these people who, obviously didn't come out victorious in this altercation where, this fucking idiot with a knife was stabbing them to death. And I don't know, it just made me feel like shit. I don't know, like I felt fucking horrible for them, but also just kept making me think about the altercation I was in. And as shit as it was, like it fucking sucked and was terrifying. I didn't get any trauma from it, and I got out of it alive, and I didn't get much damage because, I was fortunate enough to have a bunch of things on my side that, these women didn't, obviously. Like, this dude specifically targeted women because, women are obviously physically less capable than men. And, like, in the case of when I got mugged, like, it was a smaller guy. He had a box cutter knife, so luckily he couldn't stab me, because stabbing's significantly more fucked. Like, a slash in the face sucks, and if they don't hit an artery, it's generally okay though. Whereas someone stabs you, like, it's pretty much over. Like, if someone gets a good stab in, your body starts to shut down very quickly, especially if they get like an organ or something, or a lung, So in my situation, I was very lucky. He slashed my face, he missed the arteries. He was a small guy. I was able to get him on the ground and knock him out and run home and call the cops and everything. But even then, it was still fucking terrifying. It's not fun when someone tries to kill you. It's an awful fucking experience. But it made me think even worse so is when they're actually killing you. It just, I don't know, all I could think about yesterday was just like, if you were in that situation where someone's fucking killing you, it's just like, and you're going to die. Like, I don't know, it must just be fucking horrible, like getting stabbed to death. And it just fucked with my head a little bit. I feel really bad for the people and the people's families and everything in between. But anyway, that's what I was thinking about yesterday. And I just didn't really feel like talking much through my workout because I just didn't know what to say that wasn't going to be mad negative. And this is pretty mad negative too, but I don't know. I'd say I don't know, I silver line everything pathologically, and it's almost going to seem fucking I don't know. What's the word? Maybe I don't know. I always silver line everything. Like, I see things like this and go, well, it's a miracle this shit doesn't happen more often. Like, people aren't just going around fucking doing mass stabbings and mass shootings. It's a miracle that shit doesn't even happen that often, which might sound like I'm trying to downplay the situation. It's a fucking horrible situation. I'm not downplaying it. It's just a miracle this shit very rarely happens, thankfully. At least in Australia. We live in a good country in Australia. People here complain a lot about the country and, the interest rates and all this shit, but like, the fact that you can walk around the street and not worry about someone shooting you in the fucking head, or a bomb exploding you, or someone stabbing you to death is pretty remarkable compared to most places in the world. So, miracle this shit doesn't happen that often. And the cop who shot this dude, this fucking idiot, she's a hero. Good for her. Hope she gets around this mentally well. And oh fuck, like I remember hearing a few days ago someone say like, oh, like fucking, I would have done this or that, and it's like, no, you wouldn't fucking, like, people who think they're gonna be like a hero in these mass stabbing, mass shooting situations, is very unlikely you'd actually be a hero. Like, people think they know what they're going to do in a scenario like this until it happens. And as someone that's, you know, mildly experienced something like this, I guarantee you it's not. It's far less. You're far less in control mentally than you think you're going to be. In my case, you know, I'm a bit hypochondriac or a bit hyper vigilant. I'm a generalized anxiety type of person. So I've spent a lot of time thinking over the years what I would do in a scenario if someone was to actually try and like attack me with a knife. And thankfully, because, you know, I've thought about it a lot, I just kind of reacted unconsciously. Like, I intrinsically knew that I needed to get close to him and get him on the ground and make him go unconscious. Like, that was all that went through my head. But most people aren't thinking about shit like this on a daily basis. Most people aren't thinking, what do I do if a dude fucking starts running out of mall with a knife in his hand? Most people, well, maybe not. Well, yeah, a general population is probably not as big and strong as I am, perhaps. I mean, I've been lifting for a long time. I've been, you know, I know how to fight generally. Nowadays, I'd probably be fucked with my small little left arm, my little torn bicep. I often think, what the fuck would I do in a situation with one arm? Basically, at the moment, it's something that's a little bit intimidating. But yeah, anyway, I don't know where I'm going here. Oh, well, actually, you know what? That should be another silver lining, is when things like this happen, think about how you could prepare in a scenario like this. Like, when I hear shit like this, I just start thinking, okay, what would I do if I was in that mall with my, you know, loved ones, or if I was on my own? What would I do? And, like, how would I get out of that situation as best I possibly could? And even when I do go to public spaces, half the time I am, not all the time, but like half the time, at some point when I'm hanging out in a public place, a thought will come into my head about what would I like do in a scenario, this said scenario, and I oftentimes think about these things, and it might make me seem, you know, hyper vigilant, or, you know, like an anxious person, but I guess it's like the old saying, like, the man who sleeps with a knife under his pillow is a madman till the night, you know, he actually fucking needs to use that knife, kind of thing. So I see situations like this and just think, you know, how can I best prepare for such an unfortunate event personally? And in my case, you know, lifting weights helps. Obviously, if you're stronger, you can physically take care of yourself and take care of your loved ones. Learning self-defense, but also just being aware and just thinking, what would you do if anything like this happened? Because, like, in the case where I got attacked with a knife, had I not just thought about it to a decent degree before that happened one day, I might not have been able to react subconsciously. I might have just froze up and panicked like a lot of people would have done, and I might have ended up in serious trouble. So, shitty situation, and I would say, be happy that this shit doesn't happen too often. But understand that at any point in your life, some shit like this can happen to you, and it's best that you be prepared. So I'd say prepare as best you can. Learn martial art, get strong, be a bit more vigilant in public. You never know when some shit's gonna happen, and people might think you're crazy, but at the end of the day, that old saying, the man that sleeps with a knife is crazy until he needs it. So anyway, peace out, bye.